Welcome back to another intense look at the battlefield. Today's video showcases some of the most remarkable Ukrainian drone operations we've seen. From narrow escapes to precision strikes, these FPV pilots are changing the game with incredible skill and courage. Let's dive into the action. A fiber optic drone flew directly into a Russian soldier's dugout, but surprisingly, it didn't explode. The soldier quickly realized the drone was still sitting there and used his machine gun to push it away. But as you can imagine, the outcome was inevitable. Moving deeper behind Russian-occupied territory, Ukrainian intelligence discovered an enemy headquarters hidden in the middle of a dense forest. They wasted no time and immediately sent FPV drones to the location. The area was littered with trash and debris scattered throughout the forest, showing the careless nature of the occupiers. As the drone flew deeper into the woods, the pilot spotted the headquarters building itself, along with several soldiers moving around inside. The reconnaissance continued, and the drone operator soon identified another enemy hideout nearby. Inside, there was a truck that appeared to be transporting ammunition and troops to forward positions. Rather than striking immediately, the pilot made a tactical decision. He flew around the vehicle to attack the engine from the front, ensuring the truck would be completely disabled and unable to move again. During this same operation, a reconnaissance drone discovered something camouflaged in the forest. Upon closer inspection, it turned out to be an artillery cannon, which was quickly taken out of action. Now here's a truly remarkable operation. Ukrainian pilots managed to destroy an entire bridge using just a single drone. This bridge was a critical supply route used to transport ammunition to the front lines. When the drone approached, the pilot noticed the near side was covered with protective netting. So he decided to try the opposite side, but found the same obstacle there. The FPV drone continued searching for any opening it could exploit. Finally, the pilot found one underneath the bridge, but then came a new challenge. The drone needed to reach the other side where anti-tank mines were positioned. The operator made a bold decision to fly through a narrow gorge above the water. It was extremely risky, but it was the only viable option, and somehow he pulled it off. The FPV successfully reached the other side, where 15 anti-tank mines sat waiting. What happened next was spectacular. The entire bridge was completely obliterated, making it virtually impossible for any vehicles to cross. Images from Russian sources later showed the same bridge up close, confirming the devastating damage. Next, there was another target, a large hangar where the Russians had established a storage facility for their equipment and supplies. Once the drone entered, it revealed several cars inside, most likely civilian vehicles that had been taken. Behind a camouflage net, numerous items were stashed away. But what caught the pilot's attention most was a motorcycle sitting there. The next target was another Russian truck. As the drone approached it, a small shelter appeared on the right side, but the pilot didn't notice it at first. The truck became the primary target and was struck successfully. However, the FPV operator decided to launch a second drone to investigate what was inside that dugout. Inside, they discovered a large stockpile of Russian artillery shells, which were promptly destroyed. Then something unusual happened. The pilot spotted a Russian soldier wandering alone in the middle of an open field. The soldier was walking along when he suddenly became tangled in the fiber optic cable from the drone. He couldn't free himself, and the drone was already closing in fast. There was simply no time to escape. Here's another soldier, but this one was much better equipped. When he saw the drone approaching, he immediately opened fire, missing with his initial shots. Due to a small mistake by the pilot, who wasn't maneuvering as actively as usual, the soldier actually managed to hit one of the drone's engines. Amazingly, the drone kept flying despite the damage. It continued on its path until it delivered a direct hit on the enemy soldier. In this next clip, the strike drone spotted an enemy vehicle moving along a road. The drone immediately gave chase, but the driver noticed and decided to stop. With one precise strike, the vehicle was disabled and rendered useless. They also discovered a car that the Russians had abandoned, which was clearly no longer functional or useful to them. Next was another Russian shelter. Inside, they struck an artillery installation that had been attacking Ukrainian positions every single day. Fortunately, during one of their surveillance operations, Ukrainian scouts identified exactly where these attacks were coming from. They deployed several drones to neutralize the threat permanently. Moving forward, there's another concealed position with a Russian Neva system hidden between the trees. The following soldier thought he was safe hiding in dense bushes, but the FPV drone located him and ended his game of hide and seek immediately. Another soldier was found hiding in nearby bushes, and yet another was discovered somewhere in the middle of a cemetery, trying to use the gravestones for cover. Another Russian vehicle met its end after venturing out onto the road and was swiftly destroyed. Then we have footage of another shelter where a Russian armored vehicle was hidden, attempting to stay out of sight. These operations demonstrate the incredible precision and strategic thinking of Ukrainian drone pilots. Each mission requires split-second decisions, expert navigation through difficult terrain, and the courage to take calculated risks. The fiber optic drones give operators the ability to penetrate deep behind enemy lines without being jammed or detected until it's too late. The bridge operation in particular shows just how much impact a single, well-executed drone strike can have on enemy logistics. By destroying that supply route, Ukrainian forces disrupted the flow of ammunition and reinforcements to Russian positions, potentially affecting operations across an entire sector of the front line. The use of reconnaissance drones in combination with strike drones has proven to be a game-changing tactic. Scouts can identify targets, assess defenses, and plan the best approach before committing to an attack. This coordination minimizes risks and maximizes effectiveness. The footage of Russian storage facilities and headquarters reveals the disorganized state of some enemy positions. The clutter and poor camouflage make these locations easier to spot from the air, and once identified, they become prime targets for precision strikes. The soldiers caught in the open demonstrate the constant danger faced by troops operating in areas where Ukrainian drones maintain surveillance. There's virtually nowhere to hide when advanced FPV drones equipped with cameras can search every bush, building, and hiding spot. Even well-armed soldiers who attempt to shoot down incoming drones face overwhelming odds. While some manage to score hits, the drones are small, fast, and maneuverable. By the time a soldier reacts and aims, the drone is often already too close to stop. The destroyed artillery positions, vehicles, and ammunition dumps represent significant material losses for Russian forces. Each successful strike reduces their combat capability and forces them to expend resources on replacements and repairs. These drone operations also have a psychological impact. Knowing that a drone could strike at any moment creates constant stress and fear among enemy troops. They can't relax even in supposedly safe rear areas, because Ukrainian drones have demonstrated the ability to reach deep behind the front lines. The pilots operating these drones deserve enormous credit for their skill and bravery. They spend hours searching for targets, navigating through hostile territory, and making critical decisions under pressure. Their expertise has turned consumer-grade technology into one of the most effective weapons on the modern battlefield. As drone technology continues to evolve, we're likely to see even more sophisticated operations. Better cameras, longer range, improved explosives, and enhanced communications will make these weapons even more lethal and versatile. The footage we've seen today represents just a small sample of the hundreds of daily drone operations conducted by Ukrainian forces. Each mission contributes to the overall war effort by degrading enemy capabilities and protecting Ukrainian soldiers from threats that might otherwise go undetected. This is the new face of warfare, where small teams of skilled operators can achieve effects that once required entire military units. The democratization of this technology has fundamentally changed how conflicts are fought and will continue to shape military tactics for years to come.